Good job. Somebody drive him, man. Drive him, man. Yes! Yes! Take your time, man.
Back up in the air, Angus. Bring it. Oh, yeah, run it.
Follow him. Tackle! Look up! Look up! Keep him, man. Keep coming. Come on. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, look out! Forward! Get a line, hold the line somewhere. Quick ball! Come on, hit somebody! All these forwards. Yeah, back.
Check it now. She says she's on. Let go. Come on, nobody has challenge the jump.
Tackle! Look his space! What is blind? Yeah, boys! Come on, we gotta play on this side. Right now, because they got to beat the drum. So then, start in the side. I can use the side. You stop and watch the line and then you
Good afternoon to Guyana and the Cayman Islands. We are coming from the Guyana National Park. We apologize for the late start. We are a few minutes late. There were some serious technical difficulties here this afternoon. And as we speak, just into the 8th minute of the game, Cayman Islands just scored a try. We couldn't see exactly what happened because our screens are not up and we were on the sidelines doing commentary. So Cayman Islands are leading and about to take the kick for the conversion to make the score 7-0. We missed the kick. They missed actually. We missed the start of the game where the team's exclusive president of Guyana, Dr. Muhammad Fanani, who is here watching the game. And we are going to
all right, let me film this half now.
Halfway line. Guyana team dressed in their multicolored black, yellow, red, and green colors. Cayman Islands in the traditional red, white, and blue. Guyana is kicking into the breeze. I don't know who won the toss exactly, but I believe that Guyana took the opportunity to kick into the breeze in the first half here, because if you've played in the national park, you know that it's very, very difficult to come in the second half into the team. Now, the referee, the Guyana team had what appeared to be a knock forward, but the referee said it's not a knock forward. The ball went behind, and they come driving forward from the maul. Good tackle. That player is offside, but he didn't play the ball. Good tackle. The Guyana number tried to get out. Tackle from the players playing around the rock. And there goes Bull, Guyana player Bull, and the ball was, as he was tackled, the ball went forward. So good game so far, good heavy tackles so far, good constructive play from the Cayman Islands, who have had greater possession of the ball. Guyana have been defending furiously so far this afternoon and haven't really had a chance to attack or even to get into the Cayman Islands half. Again, another thundering run from a big, strong forward from the Cayman Islands, and the Guyana player was offside at the rock. You have to stay behind the last man's foot before coming forward. So the Cayman Islands have a penalty about just inside the Guyana 10-yard line. That 10-meter line rather is 10 meters from the halfway line. So the Cayman Islands are quite within range based on the first kick. But they're not going to take the penalty. They are going to actually kick the ball to touch. So when there's a lovely play from the Guyana winger who went in and stopped the ball from going out, and then but kicks ahead, and because he is in the 22, he has brought the ball back out to the 10-yard line. So an absolutely superb play from the Guyana number 11. I can't say who it is because I'm not at the monitor, and everything is at the back there. So back to almost the 22-meter line, where the penalty was granted a little while before, and Cayman Islands will have to put into the lineup. This is the, I think, third lineup for the game so far. This is a big, big Cayman Islands pack. Traditionally, we know that Bermuda and Cayman Islands and Bahamas came with several expatriates. I don't know who's from this team today are local Cayman Islanders or who are expatriates, but there is a fairly huge pack, particularly compared to what Guyana has. Cayman put the ball in. To the line out, and the referee can take possession. And are trying to drive the maul forward. A driving maul. And a player looks like he's going to get the offside, but he is pulled himself off. And Cayman Islands pushes a lovely chip kick through, but the Guyana middle player, I'm not sure who it is, was able to catch the ball. And they have a ruck. The ball is on the ground between the two sets of players. And attempt to kick the touch, but the Cayman Islands winger came, or fullback came back and really made a good catch, gained 50 meters running forward, but Guyana defending stoutly. And here we go again. The ball kicked ahead and blocked. And then caught by the Cayman Islands player who still have possession. They're going on the western wing, which is the right wing for Cayman Islands. If you know the Guyana ground, it runs north to south. And here they come again. And the number 8 and their winger. An excellent tackle by the Guyana winger. But Cayman Islands retains possession, sends the ball out to the big prop forward. A good tackle in the middle by one of the Guyana players. And again, difficult position for the Guyana players to be in, because the ball was, Cayman Islands are recycling the ball from the rucks and mauls very quickly and not giving the Guyana team as much as a chance to realign the defense as they need to. And the ball came out quickly. It looked like a missed tackle, but when in that position you're defending two persons, it's very difficult. So I have sympathy for the player who missed that tackle there. Cayman Islands now lead 10-0 and are about to attempt their conversion. They're about 25 meters out from the Guyana touchline, goal line rather. Just to the left of the post. Looks like a pretty simple kick, but let's see. And the kick is scored, so that's 7 points for the converted try. So Cayman Islands now leads 12-0. 12-0. The Guyana players had a little power there coming forward. They need to get some 16-36. So that try was scored in about the 16th minute. In about the 16th minute, that try was scored. And Guyana will again kick off into the strong wind. If you know the national park, the breeze, the northeast trades come in and are blowing pretty strongly this afternoon, going from east to west across the field. So if you're playing south to north, it's a nightmare. Kicking is a nightmare. Even kicking off, the ball is going to go up in the air and just stick on you. So 12-0 after about 17 minutes, Cayman Island in front. And again, a good kick from the kickoff, but again, the ball just stops in the air. Another maul, another ruck. Good tackling from the Guyana players. Good follow-up play for the Cayman Islands in the ruck. The ball sent past inside. And a great play by the guy number 11, and they've taken. I'm not sure where that player is, but the Cayman Islands player was tackled, fell with the ball, and could get up. The Guyana player put a hand on the ball as the other players came in. So that's actually holding the ball on the ground. Now, why would the Guyana team take a kick to touch at this point when you're kicking against a very strong breeze? This, I don't think, is such a good decision, but we'll see. We'll see the power of the kicker. How much strength he has. This is a strong breeze. It's stopped for the second. By the way, it is a glorious, sunny Saturday afternoon in the national park, and I'm standing in the sun. So, apart from the players, I'm under pressure. So let's look at this kick. About 35 meters out from the goal post, just to the west of the goal post. And an excellent kick by the Guyana kicker. That is a beautiful, powerful kick. The ball never looked like missing, and look like he could have kicked it another 15, 20 meters. That's an excellent kick. So Guyana now lead 12-10. Are trailing 12-3. The kickoff from Cayman Islands will come now from the halfway line. Guyana team spread across the field. The kick from the number 12 just barely goes 10 yards. A really good kick in terms of giving your players a chance to defend the kick. Guyana come forward. Good tackle from the Cayman Islanders. Guyana, nice ruck, and their big player comes running through. He is held up. The referee says release because his knee is on the ground. Once your knee goes to ground, the referee calls release, and the players must release the person tackled. Must release the person tackled. Again, Guyana drive forward in a ruck, create a ruck. Good tackling on both sides of this field this afternoon. Both teams are tackling pretty well. The missed tackles that caused the tries were less of missed tackles and more of people being out of position, having to tackle two people at the same time. Again, wow. The referee, the guy was being held up in the maul, and the referee allowed the play to go on, which is perfectly okay. On the western side of the field, Cayman drives forward, and they pass the ball back. First mistake by them, and that was a knock-on. But the referee, I guess blocked by the bodies, could not see what was happening, and a penalty is granted for holding on. The Cayman Islands player who ran forward fell on the ground and did not give the Guyana player a chance to take the ball away. When you go to the ground, you have to release the ball. So here goes the kick, a good kick. So it's a very smart kick this time. The Guyana player was just inside, I would say about 30 meters out from 40 meters out from their try line. And instead of kicking to the east, the kicker took the ball west, so that even though the coming against you, using the kick to the west means you're going with the airflow, and the ball will go forward and go to touch. Good play by Guyana, and Guyana will now have the line out. Guyana lost the line out. And Cayman have the scrum half has kicked ahead, and an excellent kick. The ball has not gone out of touch, and Guyana is in serious trouble here. The winger passed the ball back to the fullback, but he was already in the goal area, behind the try line, and was tackled. So Cayman is awarded a 5-meter scrum. That's a scrum 5 meters out from the Guyana try line. Now let's test the metal of the Guyana scrum here, because Cayman is 5 meters away from the Guyana try line with a bigger pack, and so let's see what the Guyana pack does at this point. And they have defended this scrum extremely well. But a mistake is made. Somebody apparently came down, and the referee is awarding a penalty. Wow, he had his hand the other way around, but he's finally given a penalty to Guyana. No, he's awarded a try. I'm sorry. Yes, he awarded a advantage in that the Guyana player infringed in the scrum, but Cayman were still going forward, maintained possession, and put the ball down. So a try is awarded, and I'll check the time for you in a second. And let's set the clock. Cayman now ahead 17-3 with another fairly easy kick for a conversion that was missed. 17-3, and now the players, because of the heat, even though it's breathing, this is a very hot afternoon in Georgetown and at the National Park, and they're going to take a water break. So as we stand, Cayman Island leads 17-3 with 3 tries, one of which was converted, and Guyana are just one penalty. What's the one penalty? It's on the screen. 20 minutes? So that break It's taking 23 minutes into the first half. Unlike football, rugby halves are 40 minutes and not 45 minutes. So we are into what would be the second quarter of the game. It's not unlike American sports where the games are defined into quarters officially. They are not here. So far we've had a good, exciting game. Cayman have dominated to some extent in that Guyana has really, other than the penalty kick taken just into the half of the Cayman Islands team, Guyana have not been able to penetrate. Yeah, stop it. No, stop it. Stop it. Yeah, into the Cayman Islands half, which puts pressure on them because they've been defending stoutly, but against a team that's playing well with the breeze and using the breeze to great effect. So the ref is blowing the whistle to bring the teams back on. I could get a seat? Yeah. He's all right. Talk to the coach. So we're about to restart the game. 25 minutes in, and Guyana will kick off as Cayman Islands just scored that last unconverted try, score 17-3 in favor of Cayman Islands. And the kick goes up high, nice kick, touch back by the Guyana second row. Very good play there. Excellent play. Excellent play. The ball driven forward by Guyana. Oops. And the scrum half dropped the ball as he's about to take it out of the scrum. So from a good position where Guyana could have advanced further, their second foray into the half, into the Cayman Islands half, little error there by the scrum half, and the ball is dropped. So it's a knock forward, a scrum awarded to Cayman Islands. So Cayman Islands are just inside their own 10-meter line. When I say just inside the 10-meter line, the 10-meter line is 10 meters from the halfway line, not from the goal line. And they get up, number 8 gets up, the ball is passed backwards and a little chip forward, and the Guyana fullback comes out, puts his team on a bit of pressure because this well taken by the Cayman Islands front, and he knocks the ball forward. So the Cayman Islands players chip forward, Guyana fullback passed the ball to the winger who chipped ahead a little bit, and the ball been knocked forward by the Cayman Islands winger. So it's a scrum just inside the halfway line for Guyana.
Let's go, Guyana!
As you can understand, we are in the middle of the commentary.
Acknowledge me? Yes.
So the ref is admonishing the front rows because they're not steady. The ref wants to have a steady, the two front rows to be steady, motionless when the ball comes into the scrum. Calls set and bang. And Guyana wins the scrum, and his players goes, the scrum half goes to the blind side, and ball comes back. MacArthur, and the ball is knocked forward. Knocked forward, but the referee is playing advantage. And advantage is now over. They have kicked the ball ahead. Tyrese has gone back for the ball, but the referee will bring it back, bring the play all the way back for the advantage, because no clear advantage, or no advantage at all rather, has been gained by Cayman Islands. They had a scrum, an error in a scrum from Guyana, and they kicked ahead, but the ball went into the dead ball area. So they gained no advantage, and the referee is going to bring everybody back to the halfway line and give Cayman Islands a scrum. Steady scrum, the ball put in. Well done by Cayman. The referee has awarded advantage for, I'm not sure, he didn't signal, but it's probably wheeling in the front, in the front row. The player standing up. I didn't see, couldn't see what it was. Oh yes, he did. He signals now. The player is standing up. He just signaled it. Player. No, you see. Yeah. So the referee, the Guyana front row, forward, instead of pushing straight, push inwards, and that's a penalty. So the Cayman will take a nice kick down the touch line. The ball does not go into touch, and pass back, and another mistake by Guyana. They're putting themselves under tremendous pressure. Very poor pass from the Guyana player, and there's a huge maul under the Guyana goalposts, and because Guyana had possession of the maul, the ball in the maul is when you're standing and the ball is in your hand, and they've gone to ground, they can't get the ball out, so Cayman Islands are awarded a scrum just under the Guyana goalpost in the middle of the field. You couldn't ask for a better position if you were a scrum or a coach or any player, because the options that Cayman has here are too numerous to mention. Left, right, center, they could push the scrum over, because the Guyana pack is much lighter than the Cayman pack. Cayman ball goes into Cayman Islands scrum, and they have taken the ball out wide and will score again. So this makes the score 22-3. That was a thankless position that Guyana's put into there because of a missed pass in the middle of the field that caused Cayman to come forward and drive them forward in a maul, and with a larger pack, it was only a matter of time before they score. So it's 22-3 with a possible kick to goal, and we are into, I think, the 27th minute of the game. And this time the kick goes over to make it 24-3. Cayman have scored 4 tries, converted 2, 24 points. Guyana has just the 1 penalty. I know Guyana are obviously waiting for the second half when they can take advantage of this breeze. As I said before, this breeze is a nightmare. We are less than 50 yards from the sea. And this area on a Saturday afternoon normally is very breezy. A very strong wind, crosswind, north to south, slightly across. And this is another mistake by the Guyana team, because the kicker could not get the ball. The ball must travel from the kick 10 meters from the kickoff. It did not. I think they're making a big mistake here. They should be kicking the ball to the west as opposed to into the breeze in the east. But they're not. So that's a technical blot, if I may use that term, on the Guyana team, an error that should not be made. So Cayman has a scrum on the halfway line, and if I know them, they're going to relish the scrum here and push the Guyana pack back and hope for another penalty. Because they're bigger, obviously stronger. Let's see what happens. And they push, and the Guyana players are pushing. The ball comes out. Nice hold by Guyana. Nice hold by Guyana. Cayman have actually knocked the ball forward, and now Guyana has been awarded a penalty. And the ref he has not signaled why as yet, but it's an advantage to Guyana. They're playing with the advantage. Once, if there's an infringement, a team has the option of playing for a while. And now the referee has said that Guyana got nowhere, and so they're going to come back for the scrum. So somebody apparently might have been hit in the head, and the ref has sent him off for probably a concussion check. I'm not sure exactly. No, just somebody just probably injured. The referee is consulting the touch judge. Guyanese Mr. Garrett. Because he says that he's signaling that somebody gave a high tackle, a neck tackle. You can't tackle above the shoulders. And the Guyana player, when Guyana were playing advantage from a penalty, the Guyana player advancing, for whatever reason, used a high arm in either tackle or running forward, and the penalty has now been awarded to Cayman. Bad mistake by Guyana, and a very seasoned player to make that mistake. It's unfortunate that because of the crowd and all that, you really can't see the plays. You just have to just guess what's going on to some extent. Another line out by Cayman, and they come bursting forward, and number 13 has gone straight through the Guyana number 2, straight through. They've gained about 25 meters to the right, and now they are coming forward and are going to score one more time. This is a bit of an advantage in that the pace of the Cayman game is so much quicker than the Guyana game. And when I say pace, I'll explain. Now the score is now 29-3. As Cayman have scored another try, they've scored 5 tries, 2 conversions, and they're going to try another conversion. When I explain about pace, it's not that the players are that much faster, it's that they're recycling the ball from set pieces very, very quickly, and so their players can run forward onto the ball. Whereas when Guyana has the ball in the rocks or the mauls, the ball is held up, and Cayman gets a chance to set. If a team is set, they can defend well. When you play quickly, the team doesn't get a chance to set their defense, and it's a problem. And the conversion was scored, making the score 31-3. Tough position for Guyana to be in. One of the things when you win the toss here, or when you lose, when you're playing against the Breeze in the first half at the national park here, it's very, very difficult. You have to play a very close, tight game. But when you're playing against a much stronger team, then you got problems. And here the kicker is going to kick into the Breeze again, and the Breeze is blowing heavily at this moment. This works well because it's caught back. It's caught by the Guyana forward coming forward, and they have possession. The ball comes out to number 5. Number 5 goes forward, tackled by Cayman Islands. The referee has signaled a penalty for somebody playing an advantage. The ball is kind of taken away. Oh, the referee signaled for a high tackle. He signaled for a high tackle when the Guyana player was going forward there. So a penalty is awarded. Now the previous play where the Guyana player was penalized and a yellow flag given meant that the infringement was much more dangerous and could have caused injury. So Guyana kicks ahead, and they are down to about for the first time for the whole game, they are at or inside the Trinidad, the Cayman 22. I can't see exact from where I am. An excellent opportunity for Guyana to move ahead and score. Put it here. Let's see what happens to the line out. Guyana they tap the ball back, and the referee said the throw was not straight. The throw was not straight. The throw has to come straight down the middle of the two lines, what's called the line out. You're only allowed to not throw straight if this other team does not challenge the line out. There's a new rule brought in this year. If the team not putting in the ball does not challenge the line out and the ball is not straight, the referee allows the game to continue. That's a new rule instituted this year by the IRB, by World Rugby rather. So it's a scrum awarded to Cayman on and around their 22-meter line. As I said, we are not in a good position and our TV screen is not working, so we're sitting among the crowd with scaffold in front of us and people in front of us. Cayman again have won the scrum. Right. And the attempted a kick ahead, but the ball was blocked by one of the Guyana players. And touchdown in goal area, so that Trinidad will have, Cayman will have a kickoff from their 22-meter line, and they do the right thing. They go to the windward side, deep, and are under Guyana under some pressure, and seem to have knocked the ball forward. Good position, but I guess excitement, yes, and the ball was knocked forward by the Guyana player. They are on the western side of the field, just inside the Guyana's half. Another scrum to Cayman Islands. This is going to be tough on Guyana. When you're playing against a much heavier pack and you are just pushing to keep your position, it takes a great toll. And the referee has awarded a free kick because of the fact that I guess the Guyana line team was not coming up fast enough. And here come Cayman again. Here come Cayman again. Good play, good short passes from the Cayman Islands. Good tackling by the Guyana players. Again, they're on the western side of the field. Here come Cayman again. And a penalty is awarded for offside. The referee says that the Guyana players were offside from the previous play. So if there's a scrum, a ruck, or a maul, the defending players have to stay behind the foot of the last person in that ruck, maul, or scrum until the ball comes out. Guyana infringed there, and Cayman took the option, instead of trying to kick the goal, to kick to touch for a line out. The last line out, Guyana made a mess of in terms of throwing out straight, but now they're on their own 22, and Cayman is putting the ball in. Let's see what happens. A very good throw, very good catch. And here they come forward again. Number 13 has had some powerful runs this afternoon. The referee has signaled again an advantage, which means the Guyana players were probably offside at the line out or the ensuing ruck. Not sure, and Cayman have knocked the ball on. So the referee has awarded obviously awarded the penalty, because Cayman didn't gain any advantage from the play. And they are going to take a tap penalty and run the ball. And here they come, big, powerful players, right? And a long white pass, that's it. And so referee signals a forward pass, so Guyana got a reprieve. There were 2 men and 3 men, 3 Cayman Islands players with 2 Guyana players in defense, but the person chose to pass the ball long, skip 2 players to the outside person, and the ball was knocked forward. So a brief reprieve for the Guyana, but if that reprieve brings you a scrum in front of your post against a much stronger team, then you have a problem. Let's see how they handle this offensive scrum. Now they need to get the ball in and out very, very quickly. And Cayman have actually pushed, and they did actually get the ball out. Ball out to the winger. I am sorry, but we were blocked by the players. Again, Guyana gets the ball out. Driving forward. From the rock. Tried a long kick, but the ball is taken by the Cayman winger, who was tackled. We could not see what happened there. So the referee has awarded a penalty to Guyana and put the Cayman Islands number 13 in the sin bin for 10 minutes, which means he infringed. Whoops. Hold on, he did not. I'm sorry. He did not. Yeah, but Guyana was awarded a penalty. We couldn't see exactly what happened. And they've kicked the ball to touch at the 22-meter line. They will have a line out there. Now the Guyana number 3, MacArthur, comes back on. His 10 minutes are up. 10 minutes are up. It seems as if the Cayman team is going to switch a player. Not sure if the player was injured or what, but he's coming off number 13, who has had a very, very strong game. Very, very strong game. 23 comes on his behalf. Now, in rugby, if he comes off for injury or is taken off, he can only go back on if there is some problem with players and they're short for some reason. Other than that, good play by Guyana. The ball came flying out there. And the winger made a very good run. It's halftime. The referee has blown halftime with the score at 31-3 Guyana. A very, very tough half for the Guyana team. They're playing against the breeze, against a bigger team, and it showed. They were unable to win scrums. They were unable to control the scrums, the Cayman pack, which is a much larger pack. Let's see what happens in the second half. I imagine that Guyana will have to bring on some of their scrum reserves. Each team has 7 reserves. 8 reserves, sorry. Some teams choose to load with forwards, some with backs. We'll see. We have to wait and see. So at halftime, it is Cayman Islands leading Guyana 31 points to 3, having scored 5 tries with 3 conversions, and the Guyana scoring a lone penalty. Guyana have to change their strategy for the second half. Let's see what happens. We'll take a quick break. Welcome back to the National Park. The teams are coming back onto the field for the second half after a bruising first half of the Guyana team. Cayman leading 31 points to 3, having scored 4 tries and 2 conversions to Guyana's 1 penalty. The difference is that Cayman are now going against the breeze. It's around 3 o'clock, and the strength of the breeze has increased tremendously. So now we'll see if the Guyana team are able to take advantage of the conditions that Cayman employed so well. So, 1 second.
Yeah, 3 subs. Quick. Send the truth. Yeah, go. Go. Numbers off. Ref!
So Guyana have decided to make 3 changes before the start of the half. Bringing on 3 changes.
One more.
4 changes. And this is really necessary because the Guyana scrum was under pressure in the first half of the game. Cayman are a much larger pack and have played technically better. Even though the Guyana team have, in many of the scrums, been quite good technically. If you're playing against a much larger pack, I don't care how much technically good you are going to be put under pressure. And that's what's happening here. So there goes the kickoff. Caught by Guyana, and an immediate mistake. A knock forward from the first pass after the kickoff. Guyana cannot play like this. If you keep making mistakes, simple mistakes like that, against stronger team, a more powerful pack, and you keep giving them scrummage opportunities, you're going to be in trouble. And you probably won't turn back the tide that's flowing against you. Now the referee, the scrum has gone down, but the referee said that the players can go ahead. Again, good tackle by the Guyana center. And as you watch the structure of the play, the Cayman Islands are setting up and aligning themselves better. The Guyana players are kind of like looking around, come forward in defense. Good tackle, good tackle, good tackle. The referee has awarded a penalty to Cayman, saying that the Guyana player tackled and went to ground. When you tackle someone and your second person coming in, they cannot go to ground. You got to maintain your feet in some way. You could put your hands on the ground, but you can't come down yourself. And as that happens, there go the Cayman kicking to touch, getting the ball up to about 5 meters out from the Guyana goal line, 10 meters from the Guyana goal line. They're putting the line out. Let's see what happens here. Guyana are making simple mistakes that are giving Cayman opportunities on which they've capitalized. Now, Guyana has defended this driving maul pretty well from the line out, but Cayman have gone wrong the outside and are close to the Guyana try line. Nice long pass. Nice long pass. Oh, and the center taking the long pass from the fly half, gave a classic dummy, stood the Guyana player on his feet to score under the post. So we're now 36-3 in favor of Cayman Islands. I mean, that was as simple as it goes. The Guyana defensive line was narrow in terms of where they started, in that as the ball went into the scrum and they were going round, the players naturally tended to shift inwards towards where the ball was. Cayman sent a long pass out, maybe 25 meters out from the fly half to the center, leaving the Guyana players out of position and scoring an easy try. So this now makes it 37. They've scored the conversion. It's now 37-3 in favor of Cayman. Let me say this. The last time Guyana played Cayman in 2019, we lost in Cayman in a semi-final game. So the trend does not look good here, but Guyana have a lot of time to turn this game around, a lot of time. Kickoff, Guyana will kick off to the south. Good play by Guyana. Good high kick from the Guyana from the kickoff. Cayman Islands took the ball safely, but were crushed. The player was crushed to the ground, and now Cayman come with a up and under from the kick. The referee says the ball went forward by Guyana, but Cayman was able to gain advantage and maintain advantage. Now they've given a forward pass just inside the Guyana. Good play by the Cayman Islands. Good initial play by the Guyanese to follow that kick and take the player down. But the problem is that when the kick from the scrum half came out, it was not handled well by the Guyana players, and they have moved back 30 meters from where we were able to catch that kick. Again, simple mistakes putting the team under pressure. The score again is 38-3. And it's going to be a scrum with Guyana putting the ball in just inside their half. Guyana have infringed, not a penalty, but an infringement, and the Cayman will get the ball and start a pass play. Ball came out from the rock quite well. Guyana looked to be defending it and have committed a penalty, an infringement at the rock, the first rock from the play. Now, as the ball came out, the Cayman player dropped the ball, so it's a knock forward. But they're going back for the penalty just outside or the Guyana 22-yard meter line for an infringement committed at the rock. The referee did not, I could not see from where on the referee signal, so we're not sure what it was. And they kicked the touch, not giving very many meters, but they are now maybe 5 meters inside the Guyana 22. Score again, 38-3 in favor of Cayman. They've scored 7 points since the second half began. And we are now 37 minutes in the 47th minute, in the 47th minute, in the 47th minute of the game.
Make the 10-minute mark, which I have in 3 minutes. Yes. 3 tactical changes.
Line out one comfortably by Cayman, and here they come. A blistering run again. Powerful blistering run. That player was brought down but not tackled. You got to be tackled and held. If you're not tackled and held, then you are allowed to continue play the ball. And from that play, Cayman has actually scored again, so they're now at 43-3 with a penalty kick to with a kick to come, and we are now 40 at the 47th minute of the game. Long way to go for Guyana. Long way to go for Guyana. Let's see what happens with this kick.
2 minutes.
Wow, amazingly the kicker missed that kick, so the score remains at 43, 43-3. 43-3. Seven tries and 4 conversions to 1 penalty from Guyana. But Guyana are making simple mistakes. They are not, the structure is poor, and they're just making mistakes. Individual players are making mistakes. Team players are making mistakes. They're misaligned from plays, and it's wreaking havoc on the team. So here we go again. Good play. And the ref grants scrum to Guyana because Guyana, that looked like Holder chasing that kick down to about 10-15 minutes into the Cayman Islands half, was able to create a knock forward by the Cayman team. Good chance for Guyana to make a play and score some points here. But it's a scrum, and let's see what Cayman does. Guyana have won the scrum and have to get the ball out quickly, right? Quickly. And they do, number 10, and a good run by the center. Pass the ball to the wing, who is going down the sideline and has dropped the ball. Has dropped the ball. Has dropped the ball in the end goal area, so it will be a goal line kick out for Cayman. That is a tragic mistake because it was the first chance Guyana had to really score a try, and the player was by himself. The wing was by himself. We can't see from where we are who is what. We are quite some way away, and there are all kinds of blocks in front of us. And now Cayman is making the same mistake that Guyana made, right? Right, same mistake Guyana made. Right, same mistake. Anyhow, good run forward, and now we see the problem because Cayman, the Guyana team is moving the ball so slowly from these rocks and malls. Cayman are able to set themselves up and wait on them. Here they go again. It's taking too long, and then people want to make storming, thundering runs without any support. Every ball is taking a while to come out, and one of the Guyana players seems to be injured in the middle of the field. Play continues, another rock to Guyana, ball comes out, and the ball is dropped. Wow! And picked up. Okay, so the referee says that there was that somebody was offside from the play. Guyana take a quick run, pass the ball. Woo! And that is a high tackle. If you ever saw a high tackle, that's a high tackle. Right? That was a high tackle. As the Guyana player cut back inside, racing for the touchline, he was given a high tackle around his neck. He's lying on the field. We can't see who it is. And the referee has awarded a yellow card, has given a yellow card to the offending Cayman Islands player. So Guyana have a penalty right in front of the goal, the Cayman Islands goal, but I don't think they're going to try to kick this because, yes, it is a yellow.
Presented already?
Yep. Yeah. Guyana have chosen to take a scrum from this penalty, and I don't understand why. Why are you taking a scrum from a team against a team that is much bigger, much stronger, and much better technically in this area, when you could kick a penalty or kick the touch and try a line out? But let's see. They have a plan in mind, I imagine. Let's see what happens here. They win the penalty. They win the scrum, but the ball is going nowhere. And the ball is knocked down by the Cayman center as the ball tried a long pass the Guyana winger. The problem is that some people might think that was a deliberate knock on, but the guy used two hands and the ball came down. So the referee will not award a penalty for that. He is going to award a scrum. Correctly so. If the player knocks the ball down as it's being passed deliberately forward, then the referee will award a penalty. Now Cayman are taking the chance to change some players. They bring on 3 players, 2 big forwards to replace 2 big forwards and a player in the back line. Guyana have a scrum by on the Cayman Islands 22, out on the western side of the field. Hold shift, man.
You read it, plus you saw it. 4 stag and a walk.
And
2 stag. We have to 2 stag and a walk, then 2 stag. I'm already seeing.
yeah. Guyana have won the scrum and are coming forward again. Good tackle from Cayman. Referee has awarded a penalty for some reason. Offside, playing advantage for offside. The Cayman team was offside at the rock. Now, obviously Cayman have begun to make mistakes because the conditions are a bit different. Guyana is playing with more confidence. They're coming with the breeze, and Cayman have been under some pressure. Guyana has been in the Trinidad, in the Cayman 22 for the last 5 minutes or so. And a good run forward from the rock. And here come Yip trying to score. They're just short of the Cayman line. driving forward again, and have actually scored a try. As you can hear from the crowd, Guyana have scored a try, making the score 38-8. Sorry. Yes. 38-8 now.
Hey. Why?
So Guyana will try to kick to touch. 43. Sorry, 43. Yes, so another try was scored. A little behind. When you're not standing and the score, the conversions be taken and scored by the Guyana team, so it's 43-10. I'm sorry, 43-10. I'm literally walking around trying to keep a score in my head, because there's nothing like a scorecard in front of me or any such thing. So, 43-10. Even the assistant referee had to come and check with me for the score because he had to check with somebody else. Anyway, so Cayman will kick off into the breeze again, and this will barely go 10 meters if it does. It does go 10 meters, and is not sure. Okay, it's knocked on by the Cayman player. So Guyana have another scrum. Have a scrum on the Guyana 10-meter line. Remember, when I say the 10-meter line, it's 10 meters from the halfway line in your half. So the Guyana will have a scrum there. A couple players have gone down on the field. The Guyana number 8 has gone down on the field there, but has gotten up. A Cayman player is down being treated. So Guyana have done much better in the second half, have played much more constructively. They are moving the ball much more quickly, holding on to passes. Still made a few mistakes that caused them to not score tries, but they have gained 7 points. So it's a scrum awarded to Guyana on their 10-meter line. So we are into the 54th minute of the game, or that's based on my clock. There's no official clock showing in front of me, so I'm using my own timer. 54th minute, Cayman leading 43-10. Guyana have won another scrum. They are doing extremely well in the scrums now. The number 8 gets up and passes to the flanker coming through. Again, good follow-up play. Good follow-up play by the Guyana player. This has really looked good. Really looked good. Lovely play. Lovely long pass. Put it run forward. The Guyana players have played. I mean, this is a different team from what started before. The ball has been knocked forward. Good going, right? Good going. Let's take it from here. I think the ball has been knocked forward by the Guyana team. They did extremely well there. The chasing Cayman players did an excellent job. And as the ball was passed back, it was knocked forward by one of the Guyana players. I apologize because, believe you me, we're sitting in the midst of the crowd. People are bullying all around and making all kinds of noises, and you can hardly see the game. I said that because of technical difficulties, the monitors are down and there are issues. So Cayman put in, and Guyana actually pushing the scrum forward and have been awarded an advantage. It's their penalty as their player drives forward. The referee is still playing advantage, meaning Guyana had scored. had gotten advantage and still are playing advantage. So the referee brings them back. They haven't gone anywhere. They're caught stuck in the middle of the field, and Guyana going to have a penalty at the just outside, well, 10 meters outside the 22-meter line for the Cayman Islands team. Let's see what they do. They're probably going to kick the touch. When you kick the touch from a penalty, hold a second. No, he's going to. No, they're going to run. They're going to run the ball. That's a bit slow. And the ball again is slow. Slow ball. And Guyana have committed a penalty again, thrown away a good position because the obstruction, the one player coming in ran in front of the player with the ball. That's obstruction, and the referee has awarded a penalty to Cayman. Now, again, we are taking a running play with our players really not prepared for it. And Cayman is making the same mistake that Guyana made. They're kicking these penalties into the breeze on this one side. Listen, the Guyana National Park ground is a nightmare for kickers who don't know the ground. A nightmare, because you never know. You always are kicking against a very strong breeze, and it's very, very tough.
Come on, fellas, get in the game. Come on, Cayman!
And the ball has been knocked forward in the line out by Cayman. From my count, we are into the 62nd minute of the game. Cayman leading 43-10. But struggling a little bit at this point. Guyana have come on quite strong, even though they've only scored 7 points. They have played most of the half in the most of the second half in the Cayman half of the field. They haven't really played any time in their own half of the field. Excellent play by Guyana. Excellent comeback from Guyana at this point. I have to admit that the replacement forwards have done extremely well. Oh, and another mistake by Guyana. Another mistake by Guyana. A positive-looking play, the ball coming forward, and the ball was knocked forward in the middle of the line. So a scrum to Cayman. If Guyana keeps making these mistakes, Cayman will regain confidence and will score again. Let's see what happens in this scrum. This is now the Cayman Islands scrum. I don't know how many scrums we've had in this game, but we've had a lot. We have had a lot of scrums in this game, and that is not a good thing for a smaller pack. But the Guyana replacements in the second half have done extremely well. Extremely well. The referee wasn't happy with the scrum. They're going to reset. They're going to reset. The ball goes in and somebody wheels, and the referee says play on. That's amazing. Referee says play on. The ball has gone forward from Cayman in as it came out of the scrum. That scrum looked to be an utter disaster, but the referee let the scrum go on. See, when the referee is close up, he can tell if both sides have tried and it's just that the packs have gone wrong with nobody doing it deliberately. So he lets the play go on. In this game, Guyana have gained an advantage. They're on the Cayman 10-meter line with a scrum in their half, and they have actually played extremely well. One issue I have with the Guyana back line is that they're taking the ball too deep behind the scrum, right? So, and a lovely little chip forward, by the Guyana player. No question, the ball down into the Cayman 22. Cayman are defending well. Guyana is pushing and fighting to get the ball back. The Cayman clearance kick is weak. But that's what pressure does. In the first half, Guyana was not pressuring the Guyana team, and the Cayman team, and so Cayman were able to do whatever they wanted. Now Guyana is applying pressure with speed, with good tactical play, good follow-up play, and Cayman are making mistakes. So the first, we prevent among the backs, Lance Adonis comes off, and Guyana have won the line out. The players come out driving. Wow, and Guyana have lost possession because one of the Guyana players went straight to ground. Once a tackle is made or a ruck is formed, the players coming in have to stay on their feet. They may bend over, put a hand on the ground, but they cannot fly straight in and drop to the ground. And so Guyana, from an extremely strong position, 20 meters out from the Cayman try line in the middle of the field, have lost possession to a penalty. The score again, 43-10 in favor of Cayman, as the players have been given a water break. As I said to you, as breezy as it is, Guyana is hot. The place is hot. And so another water break for the players.
Team attacking.
Taken into the 67th minute. Into the 67th minute of the game. So I assume that the referee is going to stop the clock. I might be a bit ahead of them, but we are in or about the 66th minute of the game. Pops, there was a penalty awarded.
Pardon?
A penalty was awarded.
Oh, the penalty.
Yeah, one of the Ghana players went to ground. In the rock, came in and went straight to ground. With a penalty. Cayman penalty.
So
that's why he took the break. That's why he took the break.
So basically we call it plain handed.
Yeah,
so
that's why. That's
was just diving on the
That's
ball.
right.
How are you going otherwise? How are you feeling
So the players are taking a very, very welcome break. Very, very welcome break. This has been a tough second half. Guyana have been playing a whole lot better. I would say 80% better than in the first half. They look positive. They look better structured than in the first half, and they have put Cayman under serious pressure in the second half. Now, let me say this. I don't think that in this last 26 minutes or 25 minutes or whatever we've been playing in this second half, that Cayman have been in the Guyana half for more than 2 or 3 minutes. Guyana has planted themselves in the Cayman half. So the Cayman has a penalty again. A player from Guyana went to ground in the ruck, and they will get a kickoff from about 50 meters out from their own try line. A penalty from there. We assume they're going to go to touch. Let's see if he goes east or west. And he does the right thing. He goes west, and the ball goes into touch. If he had tried that kick from where he was and tried to come east against this breeze, it was going to go up in the air and flop straight to the ground. So somebody has told them something, the kicker from the Cayman, and so they are now have gained a penalty, a line out just outside their 22, I would say about 30 meters out from their try line. It's a Cayman line out, and I think they're waiting on a ball. There's been some rain around Georgetown, and some of the drains here are full of water. So getting the ball back is a bit of a disaster. So here they go. Cayman takes the catch, takes the ball in the line out, and do what they've done in the first half. They start to drive, and Guyana's gone to ground. That should be a penalty. The referee does not award. He says they've gone down too early. Sorry, he says that the ball was out already. Again, we're not in a very advantageous position. We can't really see what's going on. And a nice kick from the Cayman scrum half. Nobody can catch the ball in the full. It bounces, and as the Cayman player goes to take it, he knocks it forward. Scrum award to Guyana, just within the Guyana half. on the western side of the field. So let's see if Guyana can maintain their diligence in the scrum in the second half. And they have. They've actually won another scrum. The ball is coming back in the Guyana line and coming back a little too far. Good tackle by good run by the Guyana winger. But again, the ball is taking so long to come out of the Guyana ruck that Cayman are able to line up in defense and wait. So here they come again. The ball takes a long time to come out. The Cayman players are in advance, and the ball has been intercepted. Wonderful play by the Cayman center, reserve center. And as the Guyana players are struggling going back, the referee has awarded he is given advantage for some reason. So some player from Guyana made a mistake and there was an infringement and the referee awarded an advantage. So now Guyana have defended that kick ahead very well. And the ball is brought back to the halfway line by the Guyana, by the King players, and a wonderful play by the Guyana 13 who was able to corral the player before he got up. He gave him a chance and then held him. He could not get the ball out. So the Cayman player is guilty of holding the ball on the ground, and it's a penalty to Guyana. And they're going to run it from here, from their halfway line. And a good, strong run from MacArthur. But guess what? He drops the ball. So Cayman are now in possession on the halfway line and have been awarded an advantage. The referee didn't signal what the advantage was for. Cayman are coming forward, and the winger is coming forward. Now he drops the ball, knocks the ball forward. But the referee says the play had gone far enough, and a scrum is now awarded to Guyana on the Guyana 10-meter line. And some of the Cayman players are holding their knees. At least one, the winger. So ball goes to Guyana. So now it's been seesaw around the halfway line. We've got between the Guyana 10 and the Cayman 10. Let's see what happens here. Guyana putting at the scrum where Guyana has improved remarkably from the first half. We wait for the ball to be put in. Guyana have won the put in again, and they have very, very steady scrum. I mean, they have. This is like a different team, and a wonderful run from the Guyana player. He has been tackled, and I think the referee is awarded an advantage for tackling on the ground. Yes, he's awarded an advantage. The player was tackled beautifully and tried to get the ball back, and the player who was lying on the ground tried to tackle him, right? And that is a no-no, so a penalty has been awarded. And now the penalty has been reversed because one of the Guyana players ran forward without support. You can't do that. You ran forward without support and allowed the incoming Cayman player to go for the ball, and he is penalized for holding on to the ball. And the Cayman scrum half is going with the breeze. So he's gained about 22 meters from that kick, the penalty. They're on the western side of the field, just inside the Guyana half. They will have a line out. And from my count, we are into about the 70th minute, so we are 10 minutes to go. Guyana losing 10 points to 43. Cayman with the throw-in of the line out just inside the Guyana half. Excellent throw, excellent catch. Good possession, and Cayman will start to drive forward. what they're trying to work for here is not just ground, but they're trying to gain a penalty. They're trying to gain a penalty, and they did not. Did not. The referee says the ball is going forward, and the player was still going forward. Now Guyana have won because, again, a player, the opposite direction, the Cayman player broke away with no support, and the ball, and held on to the ball on the ground. Not a foolish play by the Guyana player there, trying to run forward. The ball taken away. The ball in the middle of the field, just beside the Guyana 22. Guyana trying to rock the ball away. And the Guyana player barely saved himself as he went down. He put his hands on the ground and therefore did not fall to the ground in the tackle or in the ruck. Good example of what you should do. And Guyana have been awarded another penalty. Not sure for what. Let's see what the referee is saying. Oh, not rolling away. So the player from Cayman tackled the Guyana player, but did not release him or roll away. Not release him, but not roll away. He has to give the players a chance for the ball to come out. And a long kick ahead, a run back, the winger chasing winger. Guyana in their 22. Coming out. Some support, some individual play. The Guyana players have won the ruck. I don't know if the ref is going to go. There's a player down in the middle of the field. And again, a mistake. A Guyana player coming forward, isolated, goes to ground. The Cayman player gets in, jackals the ball, can't get it because the Guyana player holds on, and Cayman are awarded a penalty halfway, just beyond their 10-meter line on the eastern side of the field in the Guyana half. So Guyana have given up another penalty, about the third in a row for doing the same thing. These players are excited. Everybody wants to make a break. Everybody wants to run away. And then they're being caught and holding on to the ball. These are simple errors being made by Guyana at a time when they were on the ascendancy. So let's see what Cayman does. And Cayman has kicked a touch. So the Guyana will make a change. Guyana will make a change. We are into the last 10 minutes of the game. The Guyana number 8 has come on for young number 19. Cayman have a penalty inside the Guyana 22-meter line. I'm not sure how far from the touch line because we really can't see from where we are. But we're doing the best description we can. So the referee, the game. Okay, so number 2 for Cayman is going to try to get the ball in now, the line out. Dangerous positions for Guyana because Cayman have been very, very strong in their line outs, very accurate in their throws, as again they are, but the referee says it wasn't straight. It wasn't straight. So it's going to be a Guyana scrum right about their own 5-meter line or so, but within their 22, where you can't see from where we are where their positions exactly. But it looks like if they are about 5 meters or 10 meters out of from their own try line. Not a good position to be in, but they have been scrummaging extremely well in the second half, much, much better than the first half. And let's see what happens. And a tremendous scrum from Cayman Islands. They have pushed Guyana off the ball, but Guyana amazingly retained possession. They were able to get the ball out. Cayman took the opportunity to give their best push in the second half at that point. So Guyana are fighting to get the ball out of their Oh, lovely play. Lovely play. Oh my gosh. What a wonderful play. From within their 22, Guyana have come back to score. That was a superb play. This is the first time we've seen the Guyana players support each other, and these are the backs themselves. The forwards were going in there trying to score themselves, and the kick has been scored, so that's 43-17 to Guyana in the, looks like to me like the 65th minute or thereabouts. Not sure exactly. We don't have an official clock, so I'm trying to use my phone timer to measure what's going on. Who's the player who scored? The player who scored?
Number 15.
The fullback, holder, he's Tyrese Prescott. Yeah, that was a blistering run from Tyrone Prescott there to score. He just ran away from the Cayman team. He looked really, really fast. Tyrese Prescott, I'm sorry. A kickoff from Cayman, hit back by Guyana, and picked up by Cayman. Cayman on the Guyana 22, and a scrum awarded to the Guyana, a penalty of the Guyana team. I did not see what the referee signaled, what in the front of the referee signaled, but a penalty has been awarded to the Guyana team, and on their, just inside their 22-meter line on the western side of the field. Not too far from the touch. And if I were Guyana, I would just kick this ball as far, as deep as possible with the breeze into touch. And they're going to try to run the ball out. That's amazing. That's amazing. That is amazing. You're on your 22. Wow. They probably feel lightning is going to strike twice. And they, yes. But I couldn't believe what happened there. The Guyana player, the person with the ball came across and ran behind a player. So that's obstruction, obvious obstruction. Now, this is just on the 22-meter line in front of the Guyana goalpost, and I would love to see what the kicker does here, because the breeze is blowing heavily. If you know the Guyana coast, this is at a point where the breeze is blowing heavily. So let's see what the kicker is going to do. They're taking the penalty, which would take them to 46-17. A 29-point advantage. Let's see what happens here. As a strong gust of wind comes up. And he misses the kick. The kick hit the post. Listen, kicking in Georgetown at the Guyana National Park at this time is not easy. Now the referee has awarded an advantage to Guyana because the player coming in for a high tackle. Right, not dangerous but high. And so Guyana will have the opportunity. No, not at all. No. No, he didn't get a card. No, he didn't. No, he wasn't. Yeah. And there go Guyana again. The ball drops forward. Number 14 drops the ball and is a chip ahead from the Cayman Islands scrum half, because Guyana actually had possession and threw the ball away. And again, the referee is awarding a penalty to Guyana. So the referee is saying that the player did not roll away from the tackle. So when you tackle, you got to release or you got to roll away to let the ball come out. And again, Guyana going to run this ball from within their 22. It doesn't make sense, but I guess it works for them. And Prescott chips ahead and puts the Cayman Islands players under all kinds of pressure. Good tackle on the western side of the field on the 10-yard line, 10-meter line. And the referee has stopped the game. Not sure why he stopped the game, what the infringement was. Did not signal. It could be just an infringement, a knock-on or some such thing. Not sure exactly. Guyana is making some change, takes the opportunity to make some changes. And we'll wait to see what the referee's decision is. He's signaling a scrum to Cayman, so some error on the part of Guyana that scrum was awarded. We don't have the benefit of TV monitors, and we are about 50 meters from the play, with players, people walking around us and so on. You can hardly see what's going on the far side of the field. Like not binoculars and all that. So, anyhow, a scrum to Cayman just about the 10-meter line, Guyana 10-meter line. So the referee has let that play. He's not satisfied with the scrum, that the scrum was stable enough at the point of put-in. And he's suggesting that both sides, neither side was stable. So there will be another put into the scrum, another free kick. I don't think there's much time left in this game today, but we'll see. Guyana again have scrummaged very well. Good play by Cayman, and the ball is out. And the Guyana player fell to the ground trying to pick the ball up. So they played extremely well. They went for the ball came loose, and the player following up instead of trying to pick the ball up, but fell in doing so. And again, that's a no-no. So Cayman take the penalty, and they go with the breeze again this time, again about 20 meters. Somebody learned their lesson. Not much time to go in the game. Cayman have a line out just inside or just around, halfway between the 22-meter line. So they're about 10 minutes from the Guyana try line. Again, the ball is delayed because it goes into the little drain outside there. We've had a lot of rain in Guyana over the last few days. Was it yellow? You got a yellow?
Coach, manager, Richard, as soon as he whistle goes, he can leave. As soon as the referee ends the match, he can leave. Sorry about that.
That's all right. So we had the previous play when when Guyana gained the penalty for the high tackle, the referee actually gave a yellow card. But again, we are not in the position to see what's happening. Guyana loses the ball in a maul. Cayman are fighting to get an extra score. The game is not very far from the final whistle. Cayman have a ruck on the about 10 meters out from the Guyana line, have retained possession. Ball comes out to the forwards, who drive forward a little bit. And was that not sure what happened there. Look as if a try was signaled. Yes, a try was scored from that ruck. The Cayman forwards were able to drive forward and score a try. So they are now at 48-17. A 21-point advantage with very little time to go. The kick will be taken from very close to the touchline on the eastern side of western side of the field. So the kicker is kicking from about a 22 into a strong breeze. Difficult kick, very difficult kick. Let's see what happens. And the kick misses. And that's the final whistle. That is the final whistle. Guyana Cayman winning 48-17. A pretty comprehensive victory that was earned by superior play in the first half, a better scrum, better lineouts, better structure. The speed of the ball coming from their rucks was really, really, really good. 43? Yeah, really, really good. I'm told the score is 43-17. Is that right? No, no, it's 48-17. That is correct. 48-17. The TV crew has the score incorrect. It's 48-17. Guyana came on much better in the second half with the replacement players in the scrum, bringing some power and great stability, but they could not overcome them. So again, signing off from the national park, Guyana have lost here 17 points to 48 to Cayman. A comprehensive victory by the Cayman Islanders. Guyana has a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. Yes. So again, we say to you that it was a tough game for Guyana. They were always under pressure today from the get-go. And even though their scrum played a lot better in the second half, the replacements did bring some power and stability to the scrum. They were always going to be under pressure, because if you're losing at halftime by 20-odd points, then you have a long row to hoe and a long way to go. All right, so signing off from the national park, Guyana have lost this game 48-17. We thank you very much.